Truth is, most people think they're kind of smart. If you're one of them watching this video, by the end of it, you're gonna know how fucking dumb you really are. Unless you happen to be a quantum physicist, which I know you ain't, because, well, intelligent people, they got better things to do than listen to me ramble on about shit. But maybe, just maybe, you and I can prove that we're pretty smart too, because I'm going to do my damnedest to explain all the weirdness of physics at a very small scale. If you got lost at the word physics, well, I'm sorry. But since I am a nice guy, I'll tell you that physics itself is defined as a branch of science that investigates the nature and properties of energy and matter. Quantum physics, what I'm talking about in this video, is defined as a fundamental theory in physics, describing the relationships and behavior of matter and energy, just like in physics, at the atomic and subatomic level. And the atomic level means a study of the structure, properties, and behavior of atoms. And below that, smaller than the atomic level, is a subatomic level. The subatomic level is a study of all things that make up atoms, things like protons, neutrons, and the always dependable electron. Now, have you noticed how I broke all this down to the basics for you? To the smallest bit of information regarding the definition of what we're going to be talking about? Quantum mechanics, the world of the very small and unseen, but a world with huge impacts on our lives. Now, if you're a Marvel fan and seen the movie Ant-Man, Quantumania, you know there's life at the quantum level. But remember, that's just a movie, because most people studying these things don't think there's any life in that super small sized realm. But then again, maybe when you're that small and delicious, life is defined differently. Who knows? I don't. Do you? Now, before I even begin, I'm going to be talking a lot about particles. And you have to know what I mean by a particle. Otherwise, well, you're stupid to begin with. Let's not make you any dumber. A particle, as defined in physics, quantum physics, isn't anything solid. That's right, a particle in physics is nothing more than a mathematical equation that assigns a value to every single point in space-time. Yeah, now you really feel stupid, don't you? That said, let's move on to something a bit simpler, like waves. That said, I'm guessing you know what a wave is, especially if you've ever swum in an ocean. And I'm hoping you've had a chance to swim against waves, because otherwise, if you don't know what a wave is, well, you're really going to be lost. You know what's called a wave-particle duality, meaning a particle is both a particle and a wave, but the wave isn't really a wave, and fuck me, now I got a real big headache. Okay, first thing, the wave and particle ain't the wave and particle that you, a normal person, is thinking about. So it's actually okay if you don't know what a wave is, I guess. Because apparently it all comes down to observation, as in who is paying attention. And I'm going to stop right here because I think this is where people get lost. Lost because if it ain't a wave, and it is a wave, well, that kind of loses it for stupid people like me. Especially when this newfangled wave is just a way to locate the probability of where a certain particle might appear. And I can't help but wonder if they've ever heard of GPS. But wave duality ain't the only weirdness you'll find in the realm of the quantum. And now we're going to spend some time on entanglement. And to you and I, entanglement is when you got a fishing line or a ball of string all knotted up and tangled. That's entanglement. But in the quantum world, entanglement has a different meaning. Kinda, sorta, and that shouldn't surprise you all by now. In this world, entanglement refers to behavior, particle behavior, and how two particles that are linked together act together in unison. If one places its left foot out and does a two-step, so does the other particle, regardless of time and space and even location. And that just makes it all friggin' weird. And so you know, entanglement applies not to just two particles at once, but a multitude of particles. And I gotta wonder if all the particles are linked together, acting and behaving as one. Why ain't we all one and the same, doing a quick two-step together? And we're not, because entanglement doesn't rob the particle of individuality and free will, but rather, entanglement is best described as illustrating the interconnectedness of the entire universe, but does nothing to diminish the headache I have in trying to figure out the opposition of duality. And of all the mysteries in the quantum world, a big question that a lot of physicists ask is a weird one. And that question is the only reason anything exists in the quantum realm is because we interact with it. Which in my book, because I'm not the brightest person in the world, is the same as asking me, does my wife cease to exist once she leaves the room? But you know as well as I do, that's not what any scientist means. Except maybe they do. And now I gotta ask you, how is your friggin' headache? I'm sorry you're so butthurt over being a dumbass, but hey, you know what? When it comes to shit like this, we're all dumb. I mean, really, who understands this shit? How can they understand this shit? Who comes up with this shit? No. You know, a lot of respect to some of these scientists that study this shit. A lot of mad respect. It takes not only a lot of knowledge and a lot of hard work, but a lot of goddamn creativity, don't you think? Even if there's nothing to it. I mean, even if it all turns out a thousand years down the road to all be bullshit, it's still fascinating. That's the universe for you. That's reality. Fascinating, mysterious shit, ain't it? Yeah, it is. Enough to make you do another shot of tequila. Anyway, thanks for watching. I enjoyed doing this. This was fun. And no, I hope you understand dumbness, stupidity, is always in context. Love ya. Stop for the day.